I'm Elizabeth Smith, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to pick up and knit stitches around a neckline using my Tideline Tank here as the demonstration. So although I'll be following the exact directions that are in this particular pattern, the overall methods and techniques that I'm going to be using can definitely be applied to other patterns where you need to pick up and knit stitches around a neckline. And like so many things in knitting, there are multiple ways that you can pick up and knit stitches. So I'm just going to be demonstrating one particular way, but I'll also provide links down below to some other videos I have for other techniques that you can try. So let's get started. So for this pattern, it says that you're going to be using a US 5 16-inch, which is one needle size smaller than the needle size I used for the body, which is common when you're working a trim type of situation. But if you had used a different size needle, let's say you had gotten gauge for the body on a US 7, then instead of US 5, you would use a US 6 16-inch. Also in the instructions, it says we're going to be starting at the right end of the back neck. So I'm going to flip this piece so the right side of the back is facing me. And so here are our back neck cast on stitches right here. And these are cast on stitches because this particular piece was worked from the top down. But if you're working on a similar type of piece that was worked bottom up, then this would be your bind off stitches. And so in this pattern, it says you're going to be picking up a certain number of these back neck stitches depending on the size that you're making. And for my size here, it says I'm going to be picking up 40 stitches. And we're going to be starting at the right end over here. So let's look at these stitches here. Now, sometimes I will go ahead and pick up into the actual, whether it's the cast on or the bind off. So if you look, here's sort of you can tell these stitches because they're sideways V's. So see how each of these, whether it's a cast on or bind off, that's typically what they look like. And sometimes I'll go ahead and, just pick up into both legs of that. But another method is to pick up underneath it. So see how underneath each there is this column of V stitches? And so that's what I'm going to be doing for this particular piece. Instead of going into like the legs there, I'm going to be going into right down here. I'm going to be going into the top of the first V. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick my needle in just like that. And then I'm going to take my yarn. This is Sandnes Garn Line, which is a cotton linen blend. And I like to leave a nice long tail when I'm joining in case I need to cinch anything up there at the end. But I will drape it over my needle tip. And then I'm just going to knit it. So I'm just going to bring the needle through, grabbing the strand so the loop comes through just like that. So I picked up and knit one stitch. So then I'm going to go into the next V. So the next V would be this one right here. So I'm just going to go right into the center of it and pick up and knit. And then I'm going to go into the next one. And then go into the next one again, look for the V. So here's the next V. I'm just going to go right in there. And so I'm just going to continue in this manner all across my back neck here. And for my size, it should be a total of 40 stitches. Okay, so I just picked up my last back neck stitch. And so now we're ready to move on to step 2 in these instructions. And in step 2, it says that we're first going to pick up and knit one stitch at the top of the left shoulder. So that means that we're going to just pick up somewhere, in this top area right here. I don't want to go in right here because I feel like that's going to create a little bit of a hole there. So what I'm going to do is I want to pick up in such a way that I'm sort of bridging the corner gap here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down over here. And then we'll take a look. So see how that kind of went a little bit lower, and that way it prevented that hole from appearing. And then it says that we're going to be picking up 18 stitches along the left front here. So between here and until you get to the center stitches down here. And then it's going to work out to picking up approximately 3 stitches for every 4 rows. Whenever you're picking up along a vertical edge like this, or an edge that is sort of straight here, but then it curves a little bit, usually patterns will tell you to pick up at a ratio. You don't want to pick up every single stitch because that could cause there to be a little bit of a flare. So for the neck, I say 3 stitches for every 4 rows. And so what I want to do is I want to pick up in between the first and second columns along this edge. So this column right here would be considered the first, and then this would be considered the second. So I want to pick up into that space in between the two. So here would be the first. So I insert the needle, wrap the yarn, bring it through. So that's my first one. Now, before I go any further, what I want to do is place a locking stitch marker right at the beginning of this part. So I'm going to put it right here since we've already picked up and knit 1 stitch, because I want to make sure that I'm picking up those 18 stitches and it's just easier for counting purposes. Okay, so we did our first one. Now let's go into the next one, and you can kind of separate with your fingers if you need to kind of see where the next one is going to be. So that would be right there. So that would be 2. And then this one is number 3. Now, because we're picking up 3 for every 4, that means this 4th one I'm going to skip. So I'm not going to go into this one right here. Again, you can kind of open that up to see. I'm not going to go into this one. I'm going to skip it and go into this one. And then pick up 3 in a row. So 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to skip that one, go into this one, 1, 2, and 3, skip the next one, that would be this one, go down here, and do 1, 2, and 3. Skip this next one. Okay, so I have 15, so I just have 3 more to go. So I'll skip this one and I'll do 1, 2, and then I just have 1 more. What I like to do is I want to make sure that that last one is right before these center stitches here. And you can see that they're the center cast on stitches because they have these horizontal, bars or strands going over the top here. And so my first one that I'm going to be picking up is right over here. So on top of this column of V stitches. And so I want to make sure that the last stitch I pick up along here is somewhere around here. And so I think just going ahead and going into this right here, that should work well. Okay, so I picked up 3 for every 4 for my total of 18. And if you needed to stray from that ratio a little bit in order to get the right number of stitches, that is totally fine. You can also, in this particular design, because we're just working in garter stitch and we're not working in like a rib stitch where you need a particular type of multiple, if you decide that you want to pick up more or less stitches because of your own particular gauge that you got, that's totally fine. Just make sure to write it down so you can replicate it on the other side. So I'm going to move my locking marker and place it on my needle here. So that way for our next step, I can be making my life easier as I'm counting the stitches. So in that step 3, it now says that we're going to be picking up and knitting a certain number of stitches, depending on your size, along this center front. And similar to what we did on the back neck, we're going to be looking for the column of V's underneath each of these cast-ons. So for our first cast-on, it will be right around here. So I want to pick up, so see how we have these columns of V's here? I want to pick up into the top of that first column. So I'm going to insert in here and then knit, and then we'll take a look and see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good. And so then I'm going to go into the next one. So the next V would be down here. And so I'll just go into the top of that first V. Then the next one would be here. And then the next one. And so I'll just continue in this manner until I get to the next corner area. And for my size, it should be 27. But again, because we're not working with an exact multiple, if for one reason or another you pick up one less or one more for this particular design, that is okay. Okay, so just finished picking up my center stitches. I'm going to move my locking marker. And then for step 4, we're going to do the same thing that we had done in step 2, which is to pick up 3 stitches for every 4 rows going up here, and then picking up one final stitch up at the shoulder. And just making sure that we pick up before the shoulder 18 stitches, the same as we had done on the other side. Now for the first stitch, I'm going to take a look here. Now if I were to just go in right here, that's going to create a bit of a gap right there. This is where, with picking up and knitting, sometimes I'll combine different methods or techniques just in order to make the fabric look good, because that's really the ultimate goal with picking up and knitting, is just making sure that the right side of the work looks good. So sometimes it just means that you might want to combine different techniques. And one other tip, so I put the marker on here before I'm picking up, but I'm finding it's just getting in the way a little bit. So I'm just going to take it off and I'll attach it after I pick up that first stitch. So to pick up this first stitch, I don't want to go in here. That's going to create a bit of a hole. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to go into this leg and then this leg. And that is going to just help bridge that corner gap there a little bit better, I think, as we can see right there. So I think that will look good. I'm going to go ahead and attach the marker now, 1 stitch in, so I could be counting. And then moving forward as we work our way, I'm going to go in between that first and second column, just like I had done on the other side. So that means going in, let's start right over here. And again, I always kind of take a look. Yep, that looks good right at that corner. So we'll do 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll skip this one and go into this one. 3 in a row, skip this one. So I'm just going to continue in this manner until I have picked up and knit my 18 stitches. Okay, so I've just picked up my 18 stitches, and so then I'm just going to end with 1 more stitch at the top of the shoulder. And so I'm not going to go in here. I feel like that's going to be a bit too much of a hole. So I'm going to go in down here, and we'll see how that looks. Yep, I think that works well. Then the last step says we're going to place marker on right needle for beginning a round. So I'm actually just going to use my locking marker that I had down here for counting. I'm going to put that in the right needle. That will be our beginning of round. And then it just says to join for working in the round, which just means sort of getting everything situated on your needles and bringing the needle tips together so that you'll be ready to work in the round on your first round. And so that is how you pick up and knit stitches around a neckline. Happy knitting!